Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do the camera review of the Honor View 10. So Honor smartphones have been known for great camera, be it the Honor 7X, the entry level Honor 7X, even the Honor 9i, the Honor 8 Pro. So all these devices have been known for great camera abilities with a dual camera setup. So in this video we'll talk about how good the Honor View 10 is in terms of the camera. So first step, let's have a look at the hardware. So we have a dual camera setup on the Honor View 10, a 16 megapixel primary camera with an RGB sensor and f-stop 1.8 and a secondary 20 megapixel camera which is a monochrome sensor, and this has a LED flash as well. Now on the front panel we have a 13 megapixel camera. It's an f-stop 2.0 camera. It's a selfie camera for great selfies. So since the Honor View 10 has a dedicated monochrome sensor, it can take some really great monochrome images rather than having a filter enabled. So now let's go to the camera interface. So this is the camera interface, a typical Honor camera interface. You get a lot of modes, portrait mode, the wide aperture mode, live photo mode, and if you swipe you get plenty of modes available. We have monochrome mode, night shot, panorama, pro video, pro photo mode, light painting, so watermark, and a whole lot of modes are included. So if you have the device, you can play with these modes. And if you swipe here, we get the resolution, then plenty of more options to choose based on how you want to take your captures. So that's the camera interface. Now let's go straight into the camera samples taken with this device. So these are the samples taken with the Honor View 10. So looking at the camera samples taken in daylight conditions, you could see there is plenty of detailing in the photos. The clarity of the images looks pretty good. The color reproduction is also accurate, and the sharpness levels are also impressive for a dual camera setup. And the overall clarity of the photos looks pretty good. So now coming to the close-up images taken with the Honor View 10, you could see that again there is plenty of detailing and color reproduction is pretty spot on, excellent details, and overall clarity of the close-up images looks really good. Now another useful feature of the Honor View 10 camera interface is that it comes with a wide aperture mode. You can change the aperture values from f-stop 16 to f-stop 0.95. So that's a wider range of aperture values you can choose when taking the images, and not only that, you can actually edit the aperture value once you have taken the image by the edit aperture value mode in the camera interface. So if you go for 0.95 aperture, then the background blur is higher, and the background blur is lesser when you go for f-stop 16. So if you choose the f-stop 0.95, then the image looks a bit artificial in nature, but a value around a 3 or 4 aperture value gets you a great bokeh effect when shooting close-up images. So that's an advantage for the Honor View 10 camera. So these are some of the close-up images taken with this device, and they come really great. The Honor View 10 can also take some really great monochrome images using the 20 megapixel sensor, and it has come really great. So if you're a person who likes monochrome images, this is one of the definitely best cameras out there in this price segment. Now let's have a look at the low light samples taken with the Honor View 10. So here are some of the samples we have taken under low light conditions. And here again you can see there is plenty of details even in the low light images, and the images are bright and well lit, and the f-stop 1.8 helps in good low light capabilities. The noise is reduced, and in most of the conditions we feel the noise has been contained and does not have too much of noise in the low light conditions. But when the light drastically reduces, you could see some noise creeping in, but nevertheless for this price segment we feel the Honor View 10 does a really good job in terms of the low light photography as well. Now next up, let's have a look at the portrait samples taken with the Honor View 10. So portrait imaging is again an ability of this camera because it has the AI enabled processor, and it does a good job with the portrait photography, and the edges are more accurate than what you've seen on the Honor 8 Pro, but still it needs a bit more polishing towards the edges when it comes to portrait images, but overall it does a good job with the portrait mode on the rear camera. So next up, let's have a look at the video recording. So this phone can record videos in 4K resolution, 1080p at 60 fps and 1080p resolution at 30 fps. So these are the modes supported, and neither of the modes support EIS or OIS because this phone does not come with either electronic image stabilization or optical image stabilization, and as a result you can see the video recording looks shaky, although the clarity of the videos looks pretty good. At times it also hunts for focus, giving it an undesired effect altogether in the video, but overall it feels quite good, but it is nowhere close to what OnePlus 5T offers in terms of the video recording quality. So we also done done a camera sample comparison with the OnePlus 5, you can have a look at that video as well. Now finally, the selfie camera experience. So this phone comes with a 13 megapixel selfie camera, and this is definitely a highlight of the phone, and the selfies turned out to be really great. There is great amount of details, and overall the selfie performance looks pretty good. And if you are a person who loves taking a lot of selfies, then this is definitely a great camera. The 13 megapixel camera does a really good job. Now other than that, although it does not come with a dual camera setup, it does this bokeh mode for the selfies with software processing, and it is more or less accurate, even though at times they just does not look really perfect. Nevertheless, for the selfie fans, this phone won't disappoint and produces some really amazing selfies, and the overall clarity of the selfie camera looks pretty good. So this video has been shot using the front facing camera on a View 10, so it can support a 1080p resolution, and if you enable the beauty mode, the video recording is limited to 720p. So you can see how good the quality of the video is. The photo samples, or rather the selfies, turned out to be pretty good, and there is also bokeh mode included. But if you turn on the beauty mode in the video, the recording is at 720p, so you can judge yourself how good the quality is. So that is the detailed camera review of the Honor View 10. So overall, we are pretty satisfied with the overall experience on the Honor View 10. It's a really great camera if you're looking for photography, and the dual camera, the 16 and the 20 megapixel, can take some really amazing shots, and both in low light experience as well as close-up images and regular daylight conditions, the camera performed really well. So overall, if you're looking for a great smartphone in the sub 40k price segment for camera needs, the Honor View 10 is definitely a great camera. But having said that, the downsides of the camera is the video recording. So video recording is definitely not that great. It could have been a bit more better, especially a company could have included an EIS with software processing. We are expecting the company to roll out something like that in future, but before that, we feel that the video recording was kind of not that great for this flagship device. So apart from video recording, this is definitely a great camera in this price segment. So that's all guys with the detailed camera review of the Honor View 10. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you plan to buy this device, we'll share the link in the description of this video. You can use our link and buy the device. So that's it for this video. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.